Buenas tardes y bienvenidos a todos. Good afternoon and welcome everyone. Welcome to a community dedicated to providing spiritual tools for living a happy and full life. My name is Karina Scheer, and I am the spiritual director and founding minister here at the Center for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta. If you would like to join us for the live Zoom meeting, please contact me for the link and the password. Today is Sunday, November 27th, and we are continuing with our theme for this year, which is Living Everyday Wonder. The topic for this month of November is home, and the topic for this week is Welcome to Your Dream Home. Each week, we start with a spiritual practice called affirmative prayer, also known as spiritual mind treatment. And this is a powerful tool and a practical tool that shifts our consciousness so that we are open and available to accept the good that is already present. So let's move into today's service with intention, as we do each week, with a reading from the Creative Thought magazine. Today, I'll be reading from November 19, 2014. And just a reminder that spiritual mind treatment is always done in the first person. So I invite you to gently close your eyes and take these words as your own, if you so choose. I am living, moving, and having my being in the nature of God. God's power flows through me, and with complete conviction, I live from this acceptance. I am at one with the living Spirit, which flows through me and creates for me an ever-increasing ability to know myself as God knows me. With this renewed perception, I live with clarity and joy. With absolute certainty, I declare my word has power and I am fulfilled. Right now, in this moment, I move from fear to faith. Right now, I let go of false appearances, knowing that I am renewed and transformed and that all things are possible. I have the faith of God, and my God-given power is now creating blessings in my life. Wherever I go and whatever I need, the presence within me is there for me. The world I live in is constantly multiplying every good thing in my experience. I accept joy, abundance, and happiness as my birthright. My faith in God's presence illumines my consciousness, and I'm reminded that I am always receiving God's blessings. My faith is complete. With thanks for these blessings, I release this knowing to the law, and so it is. And that was originally submitted by Reverend Loretta Brooks from New York City, New York. And now, as we do each week, let's together review our purpose, vision, and mission statements. We have a grand purpose here each week, and that is to awaken and celebrate diversity and to love and serve our community. And we do this by means of our vision, which is creating the life you desire. And this is supported by our mission, which is to provide spiritual tools for personal growth and transformation. So I'd like to welcome again everyone. Please note that we honor all faiths, all paths, all traditions, and all people. No matter what your background is, we honor diversity. So please know that you are welcome and appreciated here. Here at the Center for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta, we teach a philosophy called the Science of Mind. And it's a teaching based on new thought and ancient wisdom. We offer spiritual tools and principles to promote personal growth, such as our opening spiritual mind treatment. And as I already mentioned, We honor diversity in all aspects so that we can see and appreciate the great oneness that already exists everywhere and within everyone. When Dr. Ernest Holmes was asked to provide a concise definition of the science of mind teaching, he had replied that it is a correlation of laws of science, opinions of philosophy, and revelations of religion applied to human needs and aspirations. So each week, we offer a service with an inspirational message. And we are now meeting at our new location on Sunday at noon on Calle Venezuela, number 232 on the rooftop. And this service starts at 12 noon. So please hang out with us after the service for some great conversation with like-minded people. And if you have any questions or comments, you can either post them wherever you are watching this replay, chat with me in person, or send me a direct email, and I'll be sure to respond. So today's topic is about your dream home. And the keys to your home of your dreams are in your heart and mind. Find out how to unlock the possibility of joy of being at home wherever you go. So home is where we end the journey where we began. As spiritual beings having a human experience, our true home is in the realm of spirit. We come into this human experience as perfect, whole, and complete beings, one with the Creator that brought us into being. As we embark on the human journey, we encounter danger and misfortune. We can get lost, forgetting where we came from and the truth of who we are. But the truth never changes. Those who dare to confront the dark cave of their fears are the ones who are transformed. Spiritual heroes are those who remember the truth of who they are and where they came from. When we recognize the truth, we can be at home wherever we are. We so embody oneness that others are home or feel at home in our presence. We then empower others to remember what it is to be at home and to be the heroes of our own journeys. So the hero's journey is our journey back to our true selves. We are spiritual beings having a human experience, one with the power and presence that lies within and all around us. In The Master Speaks by Joel Goldsmith, he wrote this: "Know thyself," the Greeks said. Find within your own being the realization of God as your being, as your substance, as your life, mind, and body. And then you will find the whole world is free. As men awaken to that, they come into the same freedom from mortal, material, human limitation, from the sense of finiteness. And all of this comes not through the intellect, not through intellectually hearing this, but through and only through the spiritual discernment of it. So how do we reparent ourselves? Needs drive feelings, and feelings drive behaviors. Human beings share many universal needs, such as food, shelter, warmth and connection, and a purpose. When those are met, we're happy campers, and behavior reflects that. When those needs are not met, we can be very different, or we can have very different feelings that result in a very different behavior. Anyone who gets a little testy when they miss a meal knows what it's like to be hangry. And something happens when those universal needs are not consistently met during childhood. It seems to create a perpetual longing for what should have been. We can feel resentment at not having had what was rightfully ours, the basics that should be afforded to every child, like love or a place to call home. Often, the result is people spending their entire adulthood unconsciously looking for lovers or partners to give them what they missed out on, either in reality or in their perceptions. Sometimes that partner can deliver. The moment that they don't get their needs met, old resentments rear their ugly heads. And then we find ourselves in repeating those cycles of victimization. And this is not unusual. In fact, it's how most people live. The problem with this strategy is that, as unfair and awful as one's childhood may have been, the window of opportunity for others to meet those needs closed long ago. Today, you're an adult. No one is obligated. In fact, no one can give you what you didn't get as a child. The only obligated, or the only one obligated to meet those needs for you is you. This is your chance to be the loving parent to yourself that you wish you'd had when you were a child. And I've met a few people who've shared their stories of what it was like for them growing up in a family with a lot of siblings. And they said that they felt like they didn't get enough love and support from their parents, and there was always sibling rivalry. They shared that they had many bad relationships as an adult, often feeling unloved and rejected by their partners. And I can relate to this feeling, as I too searched outside the family for love, respect, and a longing to fit in. But I did a lot of inner work and discovered that the less love I felt that I received from others, the less I loved myself. It's so true that we really can't love others if we don't love ourselves first. And I realized that as a child, my parents did the best they could with what knowledge they had, and they tried their best at parenting based on how they were raised. So give yourself permission to get your needs met. Be kind and compassionate towards yourself and others who may not have had their needs met as a child. In the book Love and Law, Ernest Holmes wrote this: "This is one of the great truths of metaphysics. God can become to the individual only what God can become through the individual." So the final leg of the hero's journey is the return home. The person who returns home from their journey is a very different one from the one that left. The hero is one who summoned the courage to set out on the journey, transcending false limitations, in order to return to the essence of being. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. And this journey isn't about becoming someone else. It's about being the best possible version of ourselves that we can be, both psychologically and spiritually mature adults. Ernest Holmes wrote this in The Science of Mind: "Evolution is the awakening of the soul to a recognition of its unity with the whole." So practice releasing. Declutter your life physically and metaphorically. Let go of the things that no longer serve you. Our outer experience is a reflection of our inner experience, and cleaning out our physical environment can help us clear our spiritual environment. So, to clear your spiritual environment, examine the areas where you feel like a victim. Any area where there is blame, shame, complaint, or avoidance is a fertile ground for self-discovery. Remember, life reflects back to you what you think. Instead of shoulding on others, ask yourself, how could I be more accountable? And consider using Byron Katie's worksheet, Judge Your Neighbor, to bring more clarity. Take action to make things right, and then forgive as needed. And you may also want to meditate on the feeling of being fully at home within yourself. Treat yourself like you treat the people that you love most dearly. In The Creative Mind, Ernest Holmes wrote this: "Your thought is infinite, your destiny is eternal, and your home is everlasting heaven." So, what does it mean to be a psychologically and spiritually mature adult? Well, first, like the hero, mature adults have the courage and willingness to go into the dark caves of their fears, facing challenges head on, and not ignoring or denying uncomfortable circumstances. Some people mistakenly think that Holmes said to deny circumstances. But let's be clear, he didn't say we are to deny circumstances, but rather to deny their power over us. Second, mature adults are not victims. Blaming and shaming, making excuses, and demanding accountability from others, or waiting for difficulties to magically disappear on their own, are signs of a victim mindset. Mature adults are willing to hold themselves accountable for their circumstances, to acknowledge what is, owning their responsibility, and taking action to remedy the situation. Spiritually mature adults assume full responsibility for their own thoughts, feelings, and actions. Understanding accountability is the key to personal freedom. And thirdly, the mature adult releases what does not serve them, clearing their hearts, their minds, and physical environments as needed. Spiritually mature adults are not attached to possessions, positions, views, or opinions. They understand peace of mind is more valuable than being right. And finally, mature adults understand that they are part of a greater whole. Ernest Hemingway said this: "The world breaks everyone, and afterward, many are strong at the broken places." So this culmination of this psycho-spiritual journey is transcendence. When Abraham Maslow referred to the very highest and most inclusive or holistic levels of human consciousness, behaving and relating as ends rather than means to oneself, to significant others, to human beings in general, to other species, to nature, and to the cosmos. So when the hero returns with insight, wisdom, and power gleaned on the journey, this is meant to be shared. The mature adult recognizes life is a gift and lives purposefully, with a commitment to serve a greater good. They live with an awareness of the interconnectedness of life and love as the source and substance of that connection. And the qualities of the mythic home lie in the heart of every human being: unconditional love, freedom, peace, and joy are our spiritual birthright. Heroes recognize and own their birthright, and by doing so, carry home wherever they go. Others recognize that love and acceptance and feel at home in their presence. The hero's example makes it possible for others on the journey to find home within themselves. Thus, the circle is complete. In the book, Go Tell It on the Mountain, James Baldwin wrote this: "Perhaps home is not a place, but an irrevocable condition." So the home we long for is the place where we can be our full, true, authentic selves. It's a place of unconditional love and acceptance, where forgiveness is unnecessary because there is no harm, blame, or shame. It's comfortable and familiar, a place of sanctuary where we could rest, rejuvenate, and recreate. We long for the place where we belong wholly and completely. In her book, Braving the Wilderness, The Quest for True Belonging and the Courage to Stand Alone, Brene Brown says, "Because true belonging only happens when we present our authentic, imperfect selves to the world, our sense of belonging can never be greater than our level of self-acceptance." The home we long for already exists. It's not outside of us. No one else can create it for us. Our true home exists within. It's up to each of us to find the key within ourselves. And we may point out the way for others, but they may also, or must also, find it for themselves. In the words of Brene Brown, once we belong thoroughly to ourselves and believe thoroughly in ourselves, true belonging is ours. The power is ours to return to the place we long for, wherever we choose. So claim the keys to your dream home, because it's already within you, and you are the one with the key. I'll leave you with this quote from Oprah Winfrey. "I think that when you invite people to your home, you invite them to yourself." And that leads us to our affirmation for the week. I'm at home wherever I go. And so now is our time for giving back to where we are spiritually fed. And donations are gratefully received at CSL Puerto Vallarta through PayPal or Tithely by going to our website, www.cslpv.org. And you'll find the donate buttons on both the landing page as well as on the replay of the weekly talks page. Alternatively, if you still like to write out a paper check, you can do so and address it to CSLPV number 403, 2125 Birch Road, Kelowna, BC, V1Y8N1. And now, if you would like to join me in our offertory affirmations. I know that my giving blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I give and receive. I do give eternal thanks for the abundance that is mine to share. So if you would like to have a one-on-one connection for a spiritual mind treatment to assist you with your emotions or change or whatever you are experiencing in life or would like to experience, then please connect with me. And if you would like to commit to being a member of the Center for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta for this upcoming year, or if you would like to be a member of our Board of Trustees, please contact me for the current forms. And I'd also like to remind you to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and Facebook page. If you're interested in learning more about the Science of Mind teaching, we had recently offered the course Change Your Thinking, Change Your Life, which was held online. And this course will be offered again in late December or early January. We've also recently concluded our first Spanish-speaking Science of Mind class on the foundations. We will be having our next Spanish-speaking class in person starting sometime in January. So connect with me or check on our website to find out about these details. And if there's another course or book study or a workshop that you would be interested in taking, please let me know and we can plan dates for those as well. If you would like a copy of Byron Katie's Judge Your Neighbor workshop, message me and I'll email it to you. In the meantime, let's continue with practicing peace. We can each be a force for peace and nonviolence. Our words and our actions can create ripples effects of peace all around us and beyond. Peaceful living includes acting with compassion, kindness, and consideration. And it also includes standing up against injustice. May peace and love be with you. Thank you for coming and sharing this time together. Namaste.